Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm Fadhil Ramadhan. I want to present the result of my PowerPoint entitled Graphic Design. Graphic design. Graphic design comes from two words, namely the word design and graphic. Design is a method aesthetic design. This method of application is adapted to creativity. Meanwhile, graphic means the knowledge of a dot or line design that it will form an image which can provide information and relate to the printing process. So it can be concluded that graphic design is a science that relies on creativity in creating a design in the form of an image. The following are the most popular graphic design software. There are three. One, Adobe Photoshop. Two, CorelDRAW. Three, Adobe InDesign. Adobe Photoshop. Photoshop is a software application for Photoshop or image editor released by Adobe System specifically for editing Photoshop or image and creating effects, or commonly called layer styles. The software is widely used by digital photographers and advertising companies. Besides having features that are easy to understand, Photoshop also has several excellent features that can work optimally and can also support multiple files. So, for a graphic designer, this is one the must-have requirement to enter the world of graphic design because Photoshop with all the facilities is is perfect for a graphic designer. Photoshop is specifically used as software to edit image in bitmap format. Photoshop is one of the image with bitmap format. There Therefore, Photoshop is widely used by photographers. Adobe Photoshop advantage 1. The result image is more satisfying. 2. Easy to operate. 3. Many superior features. 4. Can be used to make writing with the desired effect. For those of you who want to make writing look different and amazing, Photoshop is the answer. Deficiency the number of layers that are used make people confused when using Photoshop. Photo 2. Photoshop is not good when used for making magazines and brochures because it can be perfect when make paragraph. 3. The size required is too large. Now, if we use too many layers, then the size in Photoshop will be large. 4. When going to print Photoshop result, the paper used is relatively difficult. Number two is CorelDRAW. CorelDRAW is a vector-graphic editor developed and marketed by Corel Corporation from Ottawa, Canada. CorelDRAW is software designed for editing two-dimensional images such as vectors, illustrations, and Photoshop editing. So many printing companies use this software. CorelDRAW has many functions to help you design the visual media unit such as the following example. 1. Creating a logo design. 2. Designing poster, brochures, and invitation. 3. Create a book cover design. 4. Create illustration. 5. Create cartoons. Advantage of CorelDRAW. Number 1. Easy to use. With it's easy to understand, approaching, and easy to learn features. It makes it easier for user to get used to Light. So CorelDRAW is a much recommended software for novice designers. To complete import or export file format with high resolution. CorelDRAW provided with a number of formats for the purpose of storing, importing, and exporting data. For example, the AW format so that files can be opened in Adobe Illustration software. The resulting final file is uh, a high resolution so that the print image will not be broken. 3. Lot of tools available. CorelDRAW is software which provided a variety of tools with interesting functions such as selection and effects. Deficiency 1. Difficult to make tables. Unfortunately, you will find in this difficult to make tables in CorelDRAW because software is record-based. So when creating tables, you may need more effort to produce the table you want. 2. Large file size. The biggest drawback of CorelDRAW is the large file size. So to install this software, you need a PC with qualified specification and a high RAM capacity. Because the raw file size of the same result is quite large. 3. Color space which needs to be corrected even though there are many tools available in this software. Many designers do not like the resulting color result because the color accuracy of the digitally generated plate. Number 3 is Adobe InDesign. Adobe InDesign is software or an application that is used to create work such as flyers, poster, magazine, brochure, and so on. That is, this application focus on printing document. This application released by Adobe System included in the of the many desktop publishing application. Adobe InDesign is not only used for computer but is also compatible with cell phone and tablet, which will later be related to the Adobe Digital Publishing Suite. Artists and graphic designers are the main user of this software. Adobe InDesign is also a software which is related to the layout of magazine, books, as well as newspaper. Adobe Design have advantages. Number one, have tools to blur image so that they are useful for censorship or other artistic effects. Two, can import and make image perfectly transparent. Three, those of you who are not sat- satisfied the with the finished logo or image and be repeated and produce a more satisfying design that before with more than one undo or CTRL plus Z command. 4. There is facility to create a table. 5. Able to open PMD file. 6. It's easy to convert image into .pdf format which can be printed or looked as document security. The efficiency of Adobe InDesign. Number one, in in terms of math type for, for make for pick makers, it is still easy to move math type to pick maker. Whereas in Adobe InDesign, you have to place it outside the work area, that copy it and paste it in the work area again. When editing is even more difficult to do. Two, if you choose a right, left, or justify text format, of, often the distance between text looks unnatural, whether it is too far or too close. So it takes a little effort to balance it. 3. Can only be used to create layout or master formats for magazine or books. So if you want a more detailed design, Adobe InDesign does, doesn't have adequate tools to design a logo or symbol that is more detailed and flexible. You can also use Adobe in il- is- illustration. Illustration. Thank you. That's all for me. I end with wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.